In today's video, I'm going to compare 8 different types of peanut butter. I'm going to taste them all and I'm going to rank them from 1 to 8. But I have to give you a warning before we get started on this video. This video may contain nuts. So if you're allergic to watching nuts, then this video isn't for you. But hopefully I won't be allergic to nuts. Otherwise, it might be a different type of video completely. And what I've got here is 8 different peanut butters that go from sort of old school to new school. So we've got the more traditional ones on my right hand side here and the new school on this side. So the ones that we're going to have a look at are Jif, which is basically a big American brand, very popular, very mainstream. We're then going to have a look at Skippy, which is also a big American brand. You can get it worldwide these days, pretty easy to get hold of. Sunpat, which is the traditional UK version of Skippy, I guess, similar sort of brand to that. Creamy Reese's, which is made by the people who make Reese's Pieces. So again, US brand, very popular. Now into the new stuff, the more trendy end of the market. We've got Whole Earth, so they're smooth peanut butter. ManiLife, who they're actually taking a big piece of the market at the moment. They're growing. Pip Nut, which is a UK brand, which is very popular. It's come from nowhere. I think it was started by one person and now very popular. And then Meridian, which you may not have heard of, but this is quite an unusual one because the only ingredients here are peanuts. So all of these have obviously a high percentage of peanuts, but at this side of the equation, these ones, the more mainstream ones, they've got somewhere in the region of sort of 94, 95% peanuts and then a bit of oil, a bit of sugar and salt. These guys, the new school ones, the more healthy end of the market, they're more 99, 95, 99.5% peanuts with a little bit of sugar, those sort of things added. So I'm going to do 3 tests today. I'm going to have it neat off a spoon, and then I'm going to have it with a bit of apple, which is a very popular way to eat peanut butter, and then the acid test hot on toast. So let's get started with the neat test. Now I've actually got a spoon for each one of these so we don't get any contamination. I know people get all excited if I'm not swilling with water and doing those sort of things on these tests. So let's start off with Jif. Now if you're not from the US, you may not have heard of Jif, you may not know Jif, but it is super popular and it's traditional creamy peanut butter. So let's take a good spoonful of that. So it looks, I mean, that looks good to spread, looks pretty good. Says on the jar, creamy peanut butter, 7 grams of protein per serving. I don't know whether there's 7 grams of protein in this serving or not. What are the ingredients in this, does it say? Ingredients, roasted peanuts, sugar. That's it. Just 2 ingredients, roasted peanuts and sugar. Let's see what it's like. Very smooth, not too claggy, because that's one of the things with peanut butter. It can stick to the roof of your mouth. It's very smooth, silky, tastes of peanuts, importantly, which you would expect, seeing as that's the main ingredient. That's nice. I like that. That's good. Now, I am going to have a little cleanse of water. Okay. Let's try the Skippy. What does it say on here? It says, creamy peanut butter, palm oil free, because I know people, I did a smoothie once with Skippy, got a lot of people telling me that it had palm oil in it, not anymore, maybe it did in the past. Just trying to see if it says, ingredients, roasted peanuts, 90%, so that means 10% of this isn't peanuts, and then there's sugar and rapeseed oil, cottonseed oil, and salt. So this one's got salt, as well as a couple of different types of oil, and you can see some of this has been used already. It looks quite similar to the Jif, nice and smooth. Wow. So firstly, nowhere near as smooth as the Jif. Tastes a little bit, almost a bit bitty. It's a lot more claggy, so that is sticking to the roof of my mouth. And it's interesting it's got salt in there because I can taste it. So I would say predominantly it tastes more of salt than peanuts initially to me. So nowhere near as good as the Jif. It's a taste I'm familiar with. I've eaten Skippy many times. But having tasted the Jif, I don't really like the Skippy. So far, Jif number 1, Skippy number 2. Now let's try Sunpat. Now this is quite an old school brand in the UK. Similar-ish to Skippy. It says 94% peanuts on the front. So it's got higher percentage of peanuts than Skippy, but not as high as Jif, I don't think, although it doesn't tell us the percentage, did it? No, it didn't tell us the percentage on Jif, so I don't know. I'll take that back, actually. So let's see what it looks like. Now, this feels a lot more solid. It's not as smooth, not as creamy, doesn't sort of roll off. It feels like that's going to be quite claggy to me. Right. It's really dry. It's really claggy, so it's sticking all around my mouth. It tastes, I'm going to say what the ingredients are. So I know it's 94% peanuts. What are the ingredients here? Peanuts, salt, stabilizer, cane sugar. That's really not very nice. I don't know what it's like to spread. We'll have a go at spreading it in a minute, but that's really not very nice. So far we've got 1, 2, 3 in that order. Jif, Skippy, and Sunpat is definitely down the bottom. Okay, let's have a look at creamy Reese's peanut butter. Does it say what the ingredients are? Now, ingredients: roasted peanuts, sugar, contains 2% or less of hydrogenated vegetable oil, rapeseed and cottonseed, and soybean oils, salt, peanut oil, monoglycerides, molasses, cornstarch. A lot of ingredients in this. This has got by far the most ingredients, and it's got a lot of stuff in there that I don't think anybody really wants in there. Well, it looks quite smooth. Let's see how it comes out. That looks quite solid as well. To me, it looks somewhere between Skippy and Sunpat, but let's taste it. It's much creamier than the Sunpat. Actually quite light on the tongue. Sort of dissolves in your mouth quite easily. Yeah, it just tastes quite creamy. It's better than the Sunpat. It's similar-ish to Skippy. So I would say at the moment, Jif's the best. Sunpat, Skippy and Reese's are probably nip and tuck, very close, and Sunpat is definitely down the bottom. Right, let's get on to the new school. These are the sort of the more trendy peanut butters that are going around now. So these are more in line with what everybody wants to eat these days. So this Whole Earth one, does it tell me what the ingredients are? The problem is the ingredients are so small on here. It's quite difficult for me to read it. What does it say? Ingredients: 96% peanuts, roasted peanuts. And then we've got, oh God, it's so small I can hardly read it. Some oil. I don't know what it is in there, but it looks really solid. So it's not very smooth and creamy at all. Now, obviously, the reason why these guys are adding all these extras is to get it to be nice and smooth and creamy. So it's good that this is mostly peanuts, but it's not that good if you can't digest it. Oh, it tastes really different. Very different to those. If you're familiar with these tastes, I'm sure you'll know these 4 taste similar-ish. This tastes a little bit like ground up peanuts, as if you just ground them up in a pestle and mortar or in a bowl. Really claggy. Not very sweet. Not really very tasty. Sort of, if you've tasted raw peanuts before, the not roasted peanuts or not salted peanuts, just a peanut, it's just a white peanut. Tastes a bit like that. I don't think that's very pleasant, actually. That's certainly down the bottom of this taste test. I'm not sure whether it's better or worse than Sunpat. Sunpat was pretty nasty, though, to be honest. Because Sunpat's probably still at the bottom. But in taste terms, these ones are better. That doesn't taste too good. It might be nice and healthy and all of that, but it doesn't taste good. Okay, ManiLife. Now, this is making leaps and bounds in the market at the moment. So a lot of people are raving about ManiLife. So what does it say in terms of the ingredients? Got a lot of information on the back here. Tells us all about the peanuts and everything else. Ingredients. High oleic peanuts at 99.17%, and then sea salt makes up the balance. So it's basically peanuts with sea salt. Now, if you ever look at that, it's really runny. It's almost like a liquid. It doesn't look like these ones are all set. If you tip the jar upside down on these ones, they don't come out. You know, they're pretty solid. They're not going anywhere. This one, if I did that with this one, it would literally be poured all over the top. You can see that it's pouring out. It looks like a sauce. It looks like the sort of thing that you'd put on pasta or a curry sauce or something. So let's have a taste of what it's like. So this is just roasted peanuts. Look, I mean, it's like a drizzle, really thin. So yeah, peanuts with some sea salt. Has to be sea salt these days, doesn't it? Can't just have normal salt. So that's too old-fashioned. It's a bit like salted caramel. It has to be salted. Okay. Wow. Wow. It's really claggy. Ah, God. So, wow, it just tastes weird. Let me taste a bit more of that. It tastes weird. Whoa. Really sticks all over your teeth, inside of your mouth. Oh, it's really not very pleasant. What about the taste? It's hard to actually dissect the taste because it's just sticking to my mouth, and almost makes me want to suffocate. Does it taste of peanuts? It tastes a bit of peanuts. It's more at this end of the market of peanuts, of sort of ground up peanuts, rather than really tasty. These ones have obviously been sweetened or something, because they're roasted. It's sweetening them a bit. This one, not that great. It's better than the Whole Foods one. Probably better than the Sunpat. But yeah, not great. Okay, let's move on to Pip Nut smooth peanut butter. So this is a big UK brand that's making big strides at the moment. So let's see the ingredients. Obviously, now these aren't just any old peanuts. These are Argentinian high oleic peanuts. 99.5% Argentinian peanuts in here. And then, of course, sea salt makes up the other 0.5%. And then there's a bit of blurb on the back here about Argentinian peanuts are naturally sweet. So apparently that's why they're using the Argentinian, because they're naturally sweet. Now this also looks a bit runny. So actually I've just spilt some. Let me just get my kitchen roll and wipe that up. But yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay, so this is pretty runny as well. So similar to the ManiLife, but it's a very different color to the ManiLife. This is like light brown, similar to these ones. This ManiLife one's like dark brown. Does look like curry sauce. Let's just go back and see the Pip Nut. So see what all the fuss is about, whether or not I agree with all the people who are saying Pip Nut is the best thing since sliced bread. Well, it's got a similar sort of consistency to ManiLife. It just sticks to the inside of your mouth. And because of that, you don't really taste the peanut butter. It just sort of feels like you've got something all over your teeth. Are the Argentinian nuts sweeter than all the other ones? I don't know. And again, it doesn't taste that good. It just doesn't taste that nice. I mean, it might be healthy and it might be good for the Argentinian farmers, but in terms of so far, not that great. Right, Meridian. This is the brand that I mentioned earlier. Is 100% roasted nuts. There is nothing else in this jar apart from nuts. And once again here, we've got something very runny. So I'm going to mix it up because it's sort of separated. I presume the natural oils that are in the nuts are giving enough when they make this. But this, once again, is very runny. It's not quite as bad as the other two. Actually, it is as bad. Right, let's see what it tastes like. I don't think these nuts are from Argentina. Claggy, sticks all to your teeth, all over your mouth. Better, slightly better than these other ones, but not that much. It's got quite a peanutty taste. It's okay. I guess you don't usually eat peanut butter. Let me just get rid of those spoons. you don't usually eat peanut butter neat off a spoon, so it's you know, I'm overdoing the sort of the impact here, but it's okay. But it doesn't taste that pleasant. Right, after that test, if I'm ranking these, I'm putting Jif at number 1. I'm probably putting Skippy at number 2. I think Reese's goes at number 3. Some Pat's going down the bottom. That was terrible. That wasn't very good either. Neither was that. Probably putting Meridian at 4, Pip Nut 5, ManiLife, Whole Earth, and Some Pat. So that is the runners and riders after the first round of testing. Now, let's try some apple. So this is apparently one of the best ways to try peanut butter. Just slice your apple up into nice pieces and then put a little bit of peanut butter on there to give you that sort of combination of sweet and savoury. What do I think of that? That's good. It's a good combination because, clean that. It's a good combination because it's very sweet, the apple, and it's very wet and succulent, which complements against the sort of the slightly dry taste on the peanut butter. That tasted good. I should keep these lids off actually. Right, let us try the Skippy. Same thing. Nice bit of Skippy on there, bit of apple. I was told to do this. I did a bit of research and said, what's the best way of trying peanut butter? I said, do it with apple. The problem is, this apple is a pink lady. It's sort of overpowering. Those two, they taste very watered down. So just see with the Reese's if it's the same. You almost don't notice the peanut butter's there. So even though it said on the internet, this would be a good test. I don't know. But let's see if it improves the taste of these really wet, modern ones. The Meridian, let's go with Meridian first. You can see what it's like a paste. That's better. It's better than having Meridian neat. Tastes all right in that context. Let's try the Pip Nut. That's better than a Meridian. That can overtake the Meridian, I think. Is it Meridian? Yeah, Meridian. ManiLife. It still looks like curry sauce to me, this stuff. It's just like so dark brown. I don't know how they've managed to get it that colour when everything else is light brown. It doesn't really taste like peanut butter, that stuff. I don't know what it is. It tastes a bit weird. Let's try the Whole Foods. Oh, I really don't like that. That's really, it just tastes like raw peanuts. It's really not very pleasant. Let's go for the Sun Pat, which is coming bottom at the moment. Can it pull itself back and overtake any of these? No, still dreadful. Sun Pat's still bottom of the league. Okay, so we haven't really had much change there after that round. Did swap over Meridian and ManiLife, but was swapped over Pip Nut and Meridian for 4 and 5, but we're still pretty much where we were to start with. Right, let me get some bread in the toaster and I'll be back in a second with some hot toast. Okay, for me, this is what it's all about. Hot buttered toast with peanut butter. So I've got some toast here. I'm going to butter it up because I think you have to have the butter, because otherwise it gets a bit dry. Some peanut butter doesn't really spread that well if you haven't got some butter underneath it just to lubricate it. So I've got some plant-based butter here and I'm going to get started. So let's start off with the, actually let's start at the other end. Let's go for the worst through to the best, see if they improve. Let's go for the Sun Pat, which is coming in at number 8 at the moment. You know, it's significantly better on toast with some butter. Tastes a bit peanutty. It's obviously, it's not as claggy, but it's still quite claggy. Now, some of the others are going to have to be really bad for that to get off the bottom. Let's go for the Whole Earth, which is currently sitting at number 7. Spread a bit on here. It just doesn't taste very peanutty. There's a sort of lingering taste of raw peanuts. Just not nice. That is really, I'm going to move that to the bottom. That is the worst one. Sunpat, you're making a move. He's making a move for the top. Maybe you can make it, son. Keep it going. Right, ManiLife. This is the stuff that looks like curry sauce. Let's see whether it's any better when it's spread on a bit of warm toast. So claggy. So claggy. Right, you get relegated. Sunpat, keep going. Right, that's really not good. Oh, it's horrible. No, I don't like it. If the Whole Earth one wasn't so bad, I would put that at the bottom, but that one's worse. Okay, the 100% peanut guys, this is it. Come on. 100% peanuts, this is your chance to shine on a piece of toast with butter on it. There we go. Bit more toast pop up there. I don't think I need any more toast. I've got enough. It just doesn't taste that good. Do you know what? Sunpat's still going. It's going to overtake that as well. Those three, no. I wouldn't bother. You know, if I'm going to have toast, I wouldn't bother wasting time putting those peanut butters on there. Those three. This one, borderline, to be honest. They're probably, you know, just because it's jumping up the rankings doesn't mean that it's good. Just better than those ones. Okay, Pip and Nut. A lot of people really love Pip and Nut. Let's see what it's like on a piece of buttered toast. Come on, Pip and Nut. It's not bad. It's very weak in flavour. I think all of these are a bit weak in flavour in terms of they don't really pack a punch. They don't give you that peanutty, real nice, lovely, warming feeling. They're just a little bit, you know, they're almost not worth the calories, but you have it and think, why did I bother? Because it doesn't really taste that much. So I think it's better than the Sunpat. So Sunpat, you've done a good job. You come from 8 to 5, but you're not getting past 5. Pip and Nut, you're at 4 at the moment. Can you make it further? Let's see. Reese's Pieces, well, Reese's, what's it called? Creamy Reese's. Let's see what it's like on a piece of buttered toast. Now you can really taste the peanuts. You can really taste the flavour. I know it's got some other things in there as well as just peanuts. So it's not as healthy as some of these options, but it tastes a lot better. And for me, there's a real trade-off between eating something that's healthy and eating something that doesn't taste of anything, because if it doesn't taste good, I'd rather eat a banana or something else rather than having some peanut butter, healthy peanut butter that doesn't taste of peanut butter. So Reese's Creamy is better than those other ones. Skippy. Now Skippy, if you've ever had Skippy, it does go well on a piece of toast. I've had it many, many times, but let's just see if it stands up to my memories. That's nice. I burnt my toast.
Please be aware.
Oh dear.
Smoke in this room. The alarm may sound.
Okay, turn that
the
off.
The alarm is loud.
No alarm, please. Stop the alarm. Okay, sorry about that. Burnt the toast. Didn't keep an eye on it. Thought it had gone off. Filled the room with smoke. Smoke alarm's gone off. Anyway, back to the Skippy. Skippy on toast. I think that's what it's all about. That's my sort of memory of childhood. Having, you know, Saturday morning, getting up, have a piece of toast, thick layer of Skippy on there. Really nice peanutty flavour, smooth, silky, not claggy, doesn't stick to your teeth, doesn't stick to your mouth. Yep, that's good. Can it beat Jif, or is Jif going to hold on to the #1 spot? Let's see. So plenty of Jif on here. Have some water just to clean the palate. Will Jif win the peanut butter challenge, or is Skippy going to jump? It's very similar in flavour, potentially a little bit claggier than Skippy. Let me just have another bit of Skippy. It's between these two for sure. I've got a little piece of toast left, so I'm going to have half with Skippy and half with Jif. Skippy's good. Peanutty, not claggy. A little bit salty. Quite nice though. I mean, it's like an indulgent treat, sort of thing that you feel a little bit naughty having it, but it's nice. Can Jif maintain #1, or is Skippy going to take it? Quite similar to Skippy. It's not quite as peanutty, not quite as salty, not quite as nice. I think Skippy's got it. I'm going to have to change the order. Skippy, with a late surge, has won the peanut butter challenge. So just to recap in terms of the runners and riders and where they came. Down at number 8, and if I could have given it a lower position, I would have, because it's not good at all. Whole Earth, might be Whole Earth, absolutely horrible. ManiLife with peanut butter version of curry sauce, really not good. No, do not buy that. I mean, it's a waste of money. Doesn't taste the peanuts, doesn't taste nice, it's really runny. Not sure who's buying that. Meridian, 100% peanuts. Nah, I wouldn't bother, not nice, waste of money. Sunpat, better than those three, still not good. I still wouldn't buy it, still don't think it's particularly nice. You can have something better on toast than Sunpat. Pip Nut, which is very popular these days, Argentinian nuts. I wouldn't bother. It's expensive. I don't think it's worth it. That doesn't taste like a really nice treat. It sort of tastes like you're eating it to be healthy, but it's not that healthy anyway because it's peanut butter. It's an unhealthy food stuff because it's got all sorts of stuff. It's got high degree of fat, which I know some people think that you should have a high degree of fat and all the rest of it. But if I'm having something like this, I want it to feel really decadent and a treat. That doesn't. So I wouldn't buy any of those. Reese's, creamy Reese's, it's okay, but I wouldn't buy it because there's better alternatives available. So I wouldn't buy that either. Jif, now this was winning all the way through this competition. First and second round, it was the favourite. It's pretty good, it tastes good, it's nice, it's soft, it's creamy, tastes of peanuts. But it was beaten at the final hurdle by the toast test by Skippy. Now, I'm sure lots of people watching this video have already had Skippy. If you haven't, if you're in the UK, you've never had Skippy, you can buy it in Sainsbury's. I'm not on commission for that, I'm just selling you because that's where I bought this one from. It's freely available in Sainsbury's, it's not like a special deal. It's pretty cheap, and it's about the same price as normal peanut butter. But if you've never tried it, give it a whirl. It's one of the biggest brands in the USA. Really, really tasty, peanutty, easy to spread. It doesn't have palm oil anymore. So, if you're going to treat yourself to a bit of peanut butter, I would suggest buy yourself some Skippy, stick it on a bit of apple, stick it on a bit of toast, maybe stick a spoon in, have a big spoonful like I did. But that's my assessment of the peanut butters that I've reviewed today. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me eat a whole lot of peanut butter, probably like a month's worth of peanut butter in one single session. So I'm going to have to go off now and have a lie down, I think, and not go anywhere near anybody that's got a peanut allergy because I'm now oozing peanuts from all of my oars and pores even. So thank you very much for watching this video all the way through to the end. If you've liked what I've said, then please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and I'll see you again on the next video.